store in Lakewood. Check them out at the Cleveland Indians team shops and so much more. GV Art and Design. It's not just a shirt, it's a statement.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck, home of the low price tire guarantee. QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
Back in 1990, when I joined Herb in the booth, you could say that first game was when I became a lifelong Tribe fan. Something about Cleveland made us want to stay and call it our home, raise our family here. I can promise you one thing, home or on the road, I feel what you folks feel, what you feel every game. Cleveland fans are passionate and pretty vocal. I respect that. This is our team. This is our town. This is a Tribe town.
Hey, this is Alonzo G. You're listening to the Sports Fix.
Welcome back. See, Alonzo G's not of the Cavaliers. I was positive I edited CJ Miles, too. Welcome back into the Sports Fix, wrapping things up. J-Rock back with you well deep into hour 3 here. Thanks to my man, Dr. Football Bill Chickus. Thanks to Mike Brandenburg. Tell you what, if you're just now catching up at the end of the show, go back and listen. A hell of an hour-plus baseball conversation with Mike Brandenburg. Some good talk with Dr. Football as well. Thanks to those guys for being with us. Tomorrow, a ton of things going on. Let's see. We got Jonathan Knight, sports writer extraordinaire. Jeff Gorman from Browns101.com. You know what? I'm even going to see what my man Ryan Rue's out there doing. My man, let's see if we get some dog bones happening tomorrow. He's been off for the summer. Let's see if he's ready to get back in the swing of things as well. We're going to get back at it tomorrow. Today, though, wrapping things up. By the way, a couple of things I did want to get into. I didn't even get into it with Dr. Football, but you guys know we've talked a lot about the NFL and the inequity, with their punishments and different things, and we talked about the domestic violence and the pot and all of that. Josh Gordon stuff still going on. By the way, really like what I've seen. Yesterday, talked to some people that were at training camp, and they said, Jerry, I'll tell you what, I've seen Jimmy Haslam talk to a lot of players. He goes, man, I saw him really take some time out with Josh Gordon on several different occasions, and it definitely appears, on the surface at least, that the Browns are, at least at the top, with Jimmy Haslam being a lot more hands-on in trying to get the kid the support system. And I know there was a lot talked about in the Plain Dealer, I think, yesterday. I didn't read it, but I know that a lot of the stories coming out is that the Browns have worked with Josh Gordon in setting himself up a support system. And I know some people will go, wow, we're talking about pot. No, it's not that. It's for, in general, to, regardless of what he's doing, being an adult, being a responsible person, being able not to trash your life. That's something that the kid needs some help with. If nothing else, a support system. And the Browns have been working on that to make sure that he's not, because it's something that John McMullen has brought up a lot. One of the things he worries about with Josh Gordon, even if he comes back this season or if they cut the suspension in half or whatever, is you still got a guy that's in stage 3. You still got a guy taking 10 tests a month. He's still very open to getting himself caught up in some more stuff. So I even saw John Lucas, former Cavaliers head coach, former Spur, one of the people they've brought in as far as putting together a support team and a system to get Josh Gordon through his suspension. And not only that, but get him back and keep him together there. And you know what? I'm telling you, I know some people go, well, he's a grown man, because I had this comment sent to me a couple of hours ago this morning. Josh Gordon's a grown man. We need to stop talking about supporting him, and he needs to learn how to be an adult. I agree 100% with the thought of what you're saying. He is an adult, and he should know how to be responsible for himself. But for whatever reason, whether he was done wrong as a child, whether he wasn't raised right, or whether he just chose not to listen, perhaps he had the greatest parents in the world and chose not to listen. It doesn't matter. Point is he ended up in a place where he doesn't take responsibility for himself and his actions, and he gets himself caught up in things, whether they're big or small, that he needs to be in. So from that perspective, you can't just look at a guy like a dollar sign. How many catches, how many yards, that's it. That's all I look at a guy, because if you do, that's a shark way to look at it. And I know it's not your job to care. All you care about is wins and losses, and it's all most of the media cares about, but I don't look at it that way, and I do think it's your job to care. It's the Browns' job to to care. I guess it's not their job, but I would be glad to see them do it. And it appears that they may be working on that, because that is something that is concerning to me, is not what his suspension is going to be. What are you going to do with him in the meantime? How are you going to make sure that he even can come back? You don't want to leave him out there. Justin Blackmon floating in the wind all by himself out there, Look at what's going on with him. So I think it's very important, and I do like to see Jimmy Haslam being hands-on with that, and I really hope that it's not lip service. I hope it's not public relations. I hope that they do help the kid out, man. And sometimes, hey, listen, man, a support system is sometimes as simple as having a couple of cats that earn your trust, and you can call them. You can give them a phone call or a text message, or or just get that little extra, hey man, it was really tough this weekend. The guys wanted to go out and party, man, and I knew there was going to be some things I didn't want to be around, man, but they tried to drag me out. And then maybe that person says, hey, that's cool, but are those guys going to be there for you when you miss the whole next season? And then you go, you know what, you're right, John, or you're right, whoever it is. And so you got to have that, man. And if you don't look at it that way, man, you're a pretty cold-hearted person. And I just mean in general, if you just look at him as, I don't care, because I get that a lot. I don't care. I just want him to score touchdowns. And I think that sounds great. You can say whatever you want, but that's a pretty shady thing to say, man. If you don't care about the guy, you just care if he scores touchdowns. But you'll get mad. You'll be the first one to get mad if he says that he don't care about the fans. He's just here to collect the dollars. Same thing, just flip the words around. So hopefully they do, and I hope that the Browns do continue to work with him. We saw he caught that DWI while he was out on the 4th of July, man. You got to be hands-on and preventative, because otherwise he will be a 30 for 30. The greatest receiver that never was will be the title of it. And Rich Eisen will open that thing up with, there was a receiver that could have been the greatest of all time, but he couldn't get out of his own way. This is the story of Josh Gordon up in smoke. And I'm telling you, man, that will be how the 30-30 starts. Or it could go the other direction. And if it does, man, that's great for us. That's great for the Browns. And that's great for Josh Gordon. So hopefully this stuff that we're seeing, FaceTime, hands-on time with Jimmy Haslam, I hope it comes to fruition to help the kid out. Forget about the wins and losses. And forget about Bruce there in the chat room. If he played for a winning team, he would have been cut, because I don't think that is the way to go either. That's the opposite of what I'm talking about. That is, what can you do for me today? Yesterday, you got me 1,700 receiving yards. Today, you can't do anything for me, so tomorrow you're worthless to me. And I don't agree with that either. I know it's a cold business, but I don't know, man. There's more to it than that. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Maybe everybody else is right, and it is only about touchdowns. It's not. I'm not wrong. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. What else going on here? Speaking of that, I wanted to segue into telling you, I saw the story that, and it is a step in the right direction, but it kind of got a kick out of the headline too. NFL looking to crack down on domestic violence. But then the article starts off with, the NFL has said that they may set a new policy where they could suspend somebody up to 4, maybe even 6 games without pay for a first offense. And to me, that wasn't exactly what the title said. NFL isn't exactly going to crack down. They're going to increase the offense a little bit. But I do like the second offense, which I think, I'll tell you what, though. You make the second offense the first penalty, and you watch the difference. The second offense could be a season-long ban for a domestic violence. But you know what? Hey, man, make it the first offense. Make it a season-long ban. But, that's probably seen as too harsh to what I mean by that is by the Players Association. That's probably seen as too harsh and too punitive. But at least they know they can't get away with the crap that they did here with Ray Rice here. And I guess it's good to see it move in a bigger direction. But to me, you need to go minimum 6 games, because to me, the first offense suspension for domestic violence should dwarf the first offense suspension for substance abuse, in my opinion. It just should dwarf it. Shouldn't be close. It shouldn't be, hey, if you beat your wife or if you smoke weed, you still get a 4-game suspension. I say BS. If the weed suspension's 4 games, then you better jack up the domestic violence suspension as well. But we'll see more when they do that. That's always got to be collective bargain and all of that. We'll see what the NFL does with that. Guys, getting ready to call it a day. We did a full 3 hours here again today. Real quick, I want to plug, I don't do this a lot, Saturday. Get on out. If you guys are into baseball and into pro wrestling, come on out and see me in action. We're going to be at All Pro Freight Stadium, the Lake Erie Crushers. There's a doubleheader, a game, and a wrestling event. There's going to be some big name stars there. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall from the WWF Hall of Fame. There's going to be X-Pac is there from D-Generation X and from the NWO, and Too Cool's going to be there, and a lot of other guys, some really great talent going to be there. The stadium's damn near sold out. Tickets are going extremely quick. I do believe all of the VIP are sold. I could be wrong. So check on the Lake Erie Crushers website for that. But the stadium, it's a beautiful stadium, by the way. Going to be absolutely packed. There's going to be a full card of action. Yours truly is going to be there showing off this quite devilishly handsome physique, down about 45 pounds since the last time a lot of you have seen me out there wrestling. Yeah, I know, for a while I forgot what I did, but now I found the directions to the gym again, so we're rocking and rolling. DDP Yoga, hey, I got to give it a shout out to DDP Yoga too. That stuff has definitely helped me along. But guys, seriously, it's going to be a great event. It's Saturday, All Pro Freight Stadium down there for the Lake Erie Crushers. Come on down. It's going to be a good night of action. Bring your signs, baby. I want to see some Sports Fix people out there. Actually, I think we've got a good 30, 40, maybe even 50 different listeners from around the area coming. I've gotten a lot of people sent me some messages in the last few days. Hey, Big Daddy, man, you better be there. I'm coming. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys are in the area and you get a chance, come on down. All Pro Freight Stadium. Head on down, check us out on Saturday, and I'll give you some more details and all of that tomorrow when we wrap things up for the week. I'm going to wrap things up for the day, guys. No Indians game. Take a break tonight. Relax. Get yourself set. Tomorrow, we end the week. Jonathan Knight, sports writer extraordinaire. Jeff Gorman from Browns 101. Even going to try to find my man Ryan Ruiz here live tomorrow as we end the week. So come back and let's do it. Same bad time, same bad channel, baby. Live at noon, right here on the Sports Fix, across the Sports Fix Radio Network. We love you, Cleveland. We'll see you tomorrow.
Don't sleep out here in Cleveland, Cleveland, Cleveland.
Okay, now here we go. Welcome to the Cleveland show, but this ain't no cartoon. Reality is all we know. You're tuning in to Bravo. Yeah, you hear me everywhere, but it's only one of me. Let me make that very clear. Yeah, I'm from that terminal. You can see the lake from here. Faith in my teams, we keep getting closer every year. But we got the king, though, so hopefully we overcome. Yes, I have a dream, and I know I ain't the only one. Armadale tried to steal my heart, but we brought it back. Thanks to Cleveland Clinic, now they call them kids the cardiac. Rock Cars, Science Center, Tower City, all of that. Warehouse District, Euclid Corridor, and all the flat. You know that I'm a Tribes fan, and I love sliming. Crockett Park's the perfect place for me to spend some time in. Baby, this is Cleveland. It is so much more to us. You can even go to Severance Hall to see an orchestra. Hey.
Cleveland, we rep our city.
Yeah.
Blue lights separate the grind from the gritty. We're sick fitted. Hood pass over any city that we visit. When the